Something wild just happened in the world of AI copywriting, which is pretty much a daily or hourly experience. But check this out. My client, Max, and friend ran one of the most comprehensive tests I've ever seen conducted. Now, he looked at all these different AI tools. We're going to cover them in this video. And he looked at a manually written sales letter that he, as a professional copywriter, wrote. And he's charging anywhere from $25,000 to $75,000 to do this. So the results of this kind of shocked him because one AI tool didn't just compete, it won by a mile. We're talking a 35% increase in conversion rates over the human copy. I'm going to reveal which one. 3 guesses. I'm John Benson, and this is Sales Copy Secrets. All right, here's the truth about AI and copywriting tool. Look, they're tools. There's a massive gap between AI that just writes words and AI that writes copy that sells. And today I'm going to break down exactly what Max discovered. He's an AI skeptic. And which tool, obviously, you know which one it is. It's going to be mine, right? But what happened with this is very important because I believe in using all the tools, and I think that you should use all the tools, okay? Now, this is not theoretical. This is based on using Benson versus his real world copy, and it won in the sales letter lead comparison. And that's happened dozens and dozens of times. I can't count how many times it's happened, but it is my tool, full disclosure. But I believe that the results are going to speak for themselves. Now, we're also going to talk about other tools I think are extremely helpful when it comes to writing copy and writing words. Like I just used Claude, for example, to help me write scripts and to help me write a book. So those are very cool things. Big difference in Benson and everything else is this promptless. So promptless AI is something we trademark. There's no complicated prompts or commands. It just knows copy because that's all it's trained on. It's a very specific app. Look below, you get a link to that below. Now, Max's test revealed something pretty remarkable. Now, he was using a sales letter, specifically in the sales letter, he was using a lead, and Benson didn't just write the copy for it. It basically created the entire architecture for a lead and a lead hook. The hook's proven based on formulas that we know work, and created a very clever hook that really is the difference maker, and then, of course, wrote the lead around that hook. So Benson is the clear winner here, but there are other really good ones. I'll tell you why. Claude is something I use all the time. I use Claude because it's got a lot of deep comprehension abilities. That's really cool. And it can really help with market research. It can help break down what you should put into a sales letter. That's very cool. And it's also very, very good for creating copy for blogs and copy for example, books and courses and things like that. And Claude was getting a pretty decent conversion rate when they were testing it on that particular sales letter, but not nearly as good as Benson. But it does work for a lot of different things. So I'll give you a little bit of an example here. For example, the headlines. Claude wrote the headline for this weight loss offer saying, "Transform your body with science-backed weight loss." Boring. Benson created the weird morning ritual that melts pounds of stubborn fat. Big difference, right? Claude's writing logically. Benson is writing for emotional response and curiosity. And in split testing, this headline outpulled the other one by 300 and something percent. Of course it's going to, because that's a much better headline. Now, ChatGPT is an obvious, everyone knows about it, but it's a generalist. It's a generalist AI. And it really does help when it comes down to copywriting for ideas and general themes, general structure. Like a way that I use ChatGPT is I will take some of the copy that Benson produces and I will pull it into ChatGPT and say, match this exact style, but make it longer and look up research based on X, right? So I'll use it as a lookup tool. And now I got to warn you about this. The research it looks up is 50-50. Half the time it's correct, half the time it's not correct. You can use Claude or ChatGPT for this. Chat is just faster and it's less expensive as far as tokens. Now, Copy.ai is very good as well, but it's more for content generation, like blogs and media, some emails, but it doesn't seem to understand deep psychology in my personal opinion. One of the tests that we saw ran got a 1.9 conversion rate on a sales letter comparing to what we're looking at here, which is anything over 4%. So that didn't exactly work out as well. And I'm not saying that it was always going to be that way, but we're giving you what we think are the best tools and where you can use the best tools. The cool thing about Copy AI is it is based at least around copywriting, which is a step up from a lot of the more general AIs like Chat and Claude. Now, an example that I ran, for example, for Claude Copy AI is it was listing off testimonials, where Benson, instead of listing off the testimonials, they created what I call a proof cascade, where it's positioning different types of proof to overcome specific objections. It would basically put that into a testimonial. So take the testimonial and say, that's why if you're short on time, this is going to work for you so well. So there's little things like that, which is cool. Now, Jasper is another one. And Jasper has templates, marketing templates. If you want to get a marketing AI, This is pretty solid. Like, they have a lot of marketing specific templates. It's different than copywriting. The copy on Jasper, in my opinion, is not as good because it's just more reliant on chat on OpenAI. Now, I'm not saying that's the only one that they use. They use a lot, I'm sure, but my experience with the copies, it sounds a little bit more like chat. Now, another one that I've been hearing a little bit about is WriteSonic, and that is basically it's the last on my list only because, number one, I don't know that much about it, so I don't want to talk about things I don't know a lot about, but it did handle some copywriting tasks pretty adequately. I've had other people test that compared to Benson, and the conversions were pretty drastic. But again, if you're looking for simple copy, especially if you need just stuff that's really, really fast, these are tools that you can definitely check out. And Benson is not priced in the same, it's kind of the same as Jasper as far as pricing goes. So we're $99 a month, for example, but that's on the high side of AI because we are specifically trained on copywriting and copy theory and all the stuff that no one else knows about. And so that's kind of cool. So if you want that and you want our proven frameworks and our generators that generate copy from scratch, that's where you want to go. The other tools are super helpful for research, refining copy, and doing things where you just need mass volumes of prompts. If you want to send a lot of prompts and customize the copy that comes out of Benson, you can do it that way. But Benson also has a tool inside of it called Focuser. So it works like a prompt, even though it's not a prompt. It allows you to customize whatever copy comes out. So you can say, oh, that's good, but I really want to emphasize X. Or that's good, but I need this part to be more humorous, or whatever you want to do. So we do give you some control over the copy output inside Benson as well. So those are the breakdowns of the AIs that I like to use, and one that I haven't used yet, but one that I hear is pretty decent. So check them out and look below while you're at it and grab VSL Fast Track. That is free, 100% free. It is my copywriting course for VSLs. It is the fast track version of it. And if you love it, you can dive into VSL Mastery as well. And you can always get Benson in the link you see below. Now get to it.